Hi, this is Blake Angelos here at Sam Ash Music with the next generation flagship synthesizer from Yamaha, Montage M. Montage M comes in 3 models. Synthesists wanting all the sound in a smaller footprint will love the 61-key Montage M6. For keyboardists needing more keys, the 76-key Montage M is ideal. Both the M6 and the M7 feature the acclaimed FSX action. Finally, for pianists looking for a full 88 weighted action, the Montage M8x is perfect. Now, Montage M8x features an all-new keyboard action called GEX. This remarkably expressive, balanced action takes design inspiration from our concert grand pianos and hybrid pianos. But that's not all. The X in M8x signifies polyphonic aftertouch, allowing you to individually modulate held notes with pressure. GEX also provides really precise key repetition behavior that's typically found in concert grand pianos. Montage M sounds amazing with 3 synth engines: ANX for recreating the warm vintage sound of analog synths, AWM2 for realistic recreations of acoustic instruments, and FMX for dynamic cutting-edge modern synths. You can combine sounds from all 3 engines within a single performance. A performance is the only playable mode in Montage M. Performances consist of voices that are assigned parts, and each performance can contain up to 16 parts. 8 of those parts can be played simultaneously. They can be freely split and layered, muted or soloed, controlled by arpeggios, controlled by motion sequences, and more. Let's look at each of these engines. A revolution in authentic analog sound control and behavior, the ANX engine recreates the warm classic sound and behavior of an analog synthesizer with a host of sophisticated modulation options, including 3 oscillators with 5 waveform types, 2 filters, 10 filter types, pulse width modulation, and much, much more. Other things included are oscillator self-sync, ring modulation, analog style FM, a wave shaper, voltage drift, and aging settings to truly simulate vintage synth behavior. And integrated into the motion control system, the ANX engine allows you to create expressive, unique analog sounds to your heart's content. With this new AWM2 engine with 128 elements, you'll find CFX Concert. Now, you might remember this if you're a Montage owner, that this was a 4-part performance, single instrument performance in Montage. Well, now it's a single instrument, 18 element, single part performance, meaning I have, 110 elements that I could still bring to bear. But this sounds great. And with the new D to A, the Pure Analog Circuit 2, it just sounds better. Check it out. Here it is. There's also a whole host of new pianos. There's the Hamburg Grand. Here's the Bosendorfer Imperial. This is in the preset memory, 17 elements, single part. Felt piano, the U1 with the felt in front of it, this beautiful piano, it's in the preset. Of course, you have all the cool motion control stuff, so I can make this very cool effect cinematic. There's some other amazing stuff in here, especially for orchestral percussion sound. There's one in here that's called Tam Tam Adventures. This is one of the greatest cinematic, it feels like you're in the middle of a brand new video game as I play through this. Check it out. So Tam Tams, these are the big gongs. each of the scenes changes the effects. So if I go to this scene, cool. I love that. Timpanis. The Audition button is great if you want to figure out exactly what's happening with any of the performances. It not only plays a demo sequence, it also animates the supernob and stuff. So you can hear that. And that controls the pitch of the timpani. Organs in here. Now you notice the faders are now, they work like drawbars now. So if I pull these down, they're pulling down. One of my favorite performances in the instrument is this one that's called SFZ, so Sforzando Tremolo BPM, beats per minute, I guess, sync. So you can sync these as well to clock, but this is such a cool. Each one of the scenes changes the articulation and brings in different instruments. So. That is just amazing. So many great sounds in Montage M. Advanced Wave Memory 2, AWM2 for short, is a sample-based synthesis engine. Previous Yamaha synthesizers like Montage and Montage XF offered up to 8 elements per voice. Now an element can function as an entire playable voice, and an 8-element voice adds much more expression and depth. But Montage M offers up to an astonishing 128 elements per voice, allowing for more layers and articulations. This gives you an expansive canvas for ultra-high definition sound creation, especially the nameable sounds like pianos and strings and brass. In addition to this powerful upgrade, Montage M includes twice the memory over its predecessor, Montage, with an increase from 5.67 gigabytes of preset wave ROM to 9.97 gigabytes of preset wave memory, and an increase from the flash memory of 1.75 in Montage to 3.8 gigabytes of user flash memory. You'll find a host of new sounds in this instrument, things like pianos, orchestral instruments, drums. Finally, first-generation Montage AWM2 multi-part single instrument performances like CFX Concert, which took 4 parts, now appear in Montage M as single-part performances with 18 elements or 21 elements or 25 elements. It's a significant upgrade to the AWM2 engine. So here's a cool two-part performance, left and right, called CS80 Arctic. This is one of my favorite sounds in this instrument called Skywave. There's some great punchy brass stuff in here that I just love. This one's called Autumn. Again, these are all ANX. So once again, polyphonic aftertouch, it's such a cool, expressive control that you have with the Montage M8x. Here's another sound that's just called ANX Syn Orc PAT, polyphonic aftertouch. FMX is an 8-operator FM synthesis engine offering a wide variety of diverse tones, from crisp and bell-like to edgy and aggressive to mellow and evolving. The expressive and dynamic FMX engine is an excellent complement to the AWM2 and ANX engine. Montage M includes many more FMX performances. Another cool addition to Montage M is VCM rotary and drawbar organ behavior. So, using sophisticated modeling technology, the VCM rotary speaker effectively simulates the rich and enveloping motion of a classic rotary speaker cabinet. Plus, the new organ drawbar fader setting simulates the vintage pull-out drawbar organ sound and behavior. It's really cool. Montage M has now 16 library slots at your disposal. You can house up to 10,240 additional performances in this instrument. That's in addition to the over 2,700 performances that come with the instrument out of the box. It facilitates quick searches by category name and attributes. Check it out. Pure Analog Circuit 2 is an upgraded version of the Pure Analog Circuit that appeared in the original Montage. It reduces noise and improves the dynamic range, crosstalk and low frequency phasing and distortion rate. It results in clear sound at all volumes. You'll find a lot more detailed low mids and better presence. It just sounds great. Another cool thing about Montage M, it's capable of producing up to 400 notes of total polyphony between the three engines. You have 128 for preset waveforms, 128 voice polyphony for the user waveforms, 128 voice polyphony for FMX, and 16 for ANX. And Montage M has been redesigned for improved control, usability, and ease of use on the stage or in the studio. So there's some really cool updates to the FMX engine in Montage M8x. The main thing is that they're new sounds. Some of them are like this one called 24 Operator Organism. Lots of cool effect sounds that I just love. this one called Positronic, seamless sound switching. So cool. And I have to show you some smart morph. So the smart morph functionality that we introduced with Montage is even cooler in this instrument. Let me show you why. I'm going to go to a smart morph page here, and I have in front of me these different parts. So I have an FM harp, an FM voice lead, vibe, that positronic sound, vary pad, and so on. So I have these 8 parts, parts 9 through 16, and I'll use the smart morph. Now, check out how fast this runs a smart morph. Hit learn, done. So now I can move through the sound and morph between all the different sounds in here. When I find one, I might want to save it there. If I want to try it again, check it out. Hit learn, done. It's so fast. For people wanting to do FM programming without the hassle of learning all about FM, Smart Morph is awesome, and it's been optimized so it's extremely fast and just great to mess around with. Smart Morph. So when you put all 3 of these engines together, ANX, AWM2, and FMX, it's pretty cool. Check it out. I'm just going to play through some of these sounds in here. Montage M introduces performance controls over on the left side here. A 5-segment ribbon controller with a dedicated hold button is right here. There's a new keyboard hold button that allows you to sustain the chords while using the knobs to edit. Portamento on and off switch with time control has been added as well, in addition to the pitch bend modulation wheels and the assignable 1 and 2. These new controls are great. I really love this keyboard hold button. Check it out. You'll find part select buttons, keyboard control on and off, and scene control buttons to control the performance. This intuitive control is particularly beneficial for live performances. I love having the keyboard control button right in front of me so that I can disengage and engage parts as needed on the fly. I can obviously save that in the scenes, just like in the original Montage. Simplifying your studio setup, Montage M offers 2 USB 2 device ports on Montage M. One of them is for loading sounds, but the other one can be used for a USB MIDI controller, so you can hook a keyboard up to it or a drum pad and control Montage M directly. There's also DAW controller setup. There's a now dedicated button for that. There are 2 shift buttons that allow you to do functions where you're at on the keyboard. It just makes everything much easier to access. The entire user interface has been redesigned, and it's actually a lot faster and easier to use, I find. Category search illuminates this section in green, so I can see that I'm in category search. Select live set, and it changes this color to blue. The faders have both show which ones are active, and then it also shows the level of each of the parts, in this case of an ANX part with the 3 oscillators. Everything just looks a lot better, and it's easier to see and easier to operate across the board. So there you have it, the Montage M music synthesizer. This is an amazing keyboard that you have to check out in person. Once again, this is Blake Angelos from Yamaha. For more information about Montage M, visit Sam Ash.